Following presentation is based on Cypriot economy and current economic crisis. The information included in the presentation was based on a previous report that was compiled using a macro analysis of Cyprus in the midst of financial crisis. It incorporated both the PESTO methodology and the competitive advantage of nations theory. The report and the presentation were both done by myself, Jacqueline Timbury, for an international business course, Cape Breton University, as part of a Master's in Business Administration program on the 11th of April 2013. In terms of geography, Cyprus is an island located in the Mediterranean Sea. It's located south of Turkey. It's divided, meaning that 71.5% and the southern part of the island is occupied by Greek Cypriots, while the 28.5% of the population in the northern part of the island is occupied by Turkish Cypriots. Since 1960-1974, to mediate conflict, the United Nations stepped in and created a buffer zone that separated Turkish from Greek Cyprus. The capital city of Nicosia is also located on this buffer zone, which is also known as the Green Line. The Turkish portion of the island itself declared itself the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Important to note, this is only recognized by Turkey in the international business community as well as the European Union. The island itself, in its entirety, is referred to as the Republic of Cyprus. In the following video, you'll see from the Cyprus tourism industry some highlights of the island itself. In terms of Cyprus past to present, a little bit of the background, as you'll see from the two pictures, indicates the UN presence in Cyprus, as previously indicated, since 1960-1974. The next two pictures that you'll see is also representative of the Cyprus tourism industry, and these were taken in April 2008 at the resort called Azia, which is located in Paphos in Cyprus. Next, of course, are pictures of the euro, which indicate the membership into the European Union, which Cyprus undertook over the course of the last few years. Recently, however, Cyprus has come under much scrutiny with respect to the bankruptcy and European Union bailout and what the consequences of this has on the society. In the next picture, you'll see what happened just last month in March in Cyprus when residents could not get any money out of the bank because the money was all withdrawn from the island itself. Based on a PESTO analysis of the island's economy, actually the country's economy, there were certain conclusions that were drawn. Political conflicts, so long as this exists, there is a division of government. With the division of government, the island can't stand as a whole nation. In terms of economic and financial crisis, Cyprus is currently undergoing this now. What the outcome of that will be in terms of economic livelihood in the future is still yet to be determined. In terms of social welfare and cultural change, this is where Cyprus has made major advancements in terms of state-funded health, social welfare for the unemployed, and cultural change in terms of more gender equality and anti-discrimination policy. In terms of technological advances and market penetration, Cyprus is moving into the information technology and the telecommunications world due to its very strong telecommunications infrastructure. Legal framework development. This is developed as part of its membership into the European Union, where under such, as the Union, Cyprus has adopted much of the legal framework of the European Union as a whole, in terms of anti-money laundering policy as well as taxation policy for foreign direct investment. Lastly, ecological awareness and environmental safeguards. Again, joining the European Union, Cyprus now falls under the European environmental laws. That said, the very long list of regulations as it relates to pollution and salination of water and environmental measures that can be taken, the list has become quite lengthy. In terms of economic indicators of Cyprus, it's much easier to be able to see the current state of Cyprus's economy if you take a look at the economic indicators of inflation, gross domestic product, unemployment, and deficit as they have changed from 2008 to 2012. To note is the high rate of unemployment, which goes hand in hand with the financial crisis of 2012, just before the bailout occurred. Also, with the inflation in relation to the level of unemployment, state funding has increased. In terms of competitive advantage of nations theory, the four key areas as they relate to in terms of findings are assets and innovations, and as said, the innovation refers to the innovation with respect to the telecommunications industry. International tourism demand, in terms of demand conditions, the higher the international tourism, the more demands is going to be placed on that society. As a result, the services sector can grow. Related industry also includes mobile telecommunication services and transportation. All these are dependent and related to the tourism industry. As tourism increases, so does the requirement for telecommunications, goods and services, and hospitality, as well as an increase in demand for transportation. And lastly, the division, competition, financial, and government structure. The division of the island itself poses huge problems and causes a lot of risk with respect to investment in terms of which government is going to be able to make a call for which regulation. Competition does not only occur between the island and the rest of the international business community, but the competition is strong within the island itself because of that division. Financial and government structure. Well, the financial structure needs to be rebuilt in Cyprus, and until that is done, the risk will remain high for investments in the future, especially foreign direct investment, and the government structure as well. With some talks of a reunification effort, the government structure may change, but that remains to be seen. This next video that you'll see showcases the current situation in Cyprus. The future of Cyprus is unknown. Will it actually turn into a situation where history will repeat itself, or is this a situation where financial structure will be rebuilt and the economy actually can grow as a result of that?
Anger in Cyprus is on the rise despite a deal being reached on a bailout package for the island. As measures come into force to prevent funds leaving the country, the government, the banks and the European Union have become hate figures. Many Cypriots are suspicious that their country has become a financial experiment in anticipation of future Eurozone bailouts.
Thank you for your attention and your time. The following 3 slides includes all the references where all the information used in this PowerPoint presentation were researched from. Thank you.